What's up, boy and ladies? It's your boy ChocopieSenior. Today is Sunday, and your boy actually woke up early. I don't feel that good, but it's all right. That's a normal thing for you, boy. And yeah, today's church day, baby. And you know what? The brother that I helped out with gas 2 weeks ago, just met outside randomly after church. Nobody else. I'm telling you right now, I know my church people. If anybody else saw him, they would have helped him out just the same. That's why I go to the church I go to. They walk by God. Now, anyways, God always brings people into my life. And sometimes I end up messing it up. But hopefully this time it won't. Now, that gentleman is coming to church today again, which is a great thing. Now, I don't know where this is all going to lead to. I'm trying to help him out with other things. But we'll see. God has a plan, right? Sometimes I can't see it. But we are on Proverbs 15. Like I said, book of wisdom. And I'll repeat myself forever, I think. You don't have to be a Christian to read Proverbs. It's just knowledge and wisdom to be smart, to take care of you in your life. So let's get to it, baby. Proverbs 15. Today is the 15th. So it goes, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I know we read this before. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pour forth foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool I have a employee of mine, and if you know, you know. I love him, man. He just got a character that you just can't help but like, but he could be a knucklehead sometimes, man. But he has a big problem with women. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why I'm not mentioning the name. I have a lot of employees, so don't even try and pick one. It could be anybody. Now, anyways, it's a big problem with women. Every time we talk, man, we joking. He always brings up women. Women. Lustful ways, and we're men, right? Sometimes we talk, but the thing is right here, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. I've seen God do miracles in his life from the short time I've known him, and also in my life, but I know just as much as he. Now, he's not the only one. I remember, because I'm an addict, I remember talking with old friends. We talk about, this and that, like, oh man, but then like when I talk, like the stories that I put on here, it's in humility. But when I talk to old school homeboys, we're like, yeah, you remember that time? Oh, yeah, now I see this, like, my heartbeat gets faster, and I'm speaking these words out about old times and old stories, hanging out, doing drugs and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, you remember how fun it was, man? Remember when you did this? And I feel myself anticipate. It's like your body remembers the high. It remembers the feeling. And then that's why a lot of people, if you're in recovery, it says, do not hang out with your old friends. Because even if they are clean, there's a possibility that you still have remembrance with your friend. That mind is a crazy thing that God gave us. It can remember things from years ago, and it's not just remembering. It remembers the emotion. It remembers how you felt, that euphoria, even that excitement. So be careful. That's why words have power. Words don't just affect everything. Words come by vibration. Now, as Christians, we believe that God created this world, right? But his words, it says, God created everything by his words, and the word became flesh, which is Christ. Now, isn't it interesting? I believe scientists said, vibrations. These things are what holds atoms and everything's together, and which is sound, right? But what is sound? Sound has to come from speaking words. Now, I'm not trying to be all philosophical or whatever. I don't even know if that's the right word. So I'll stop where I'm at on that one. But let's keep going real quick. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he who receives correction is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so. Sorry, we did read this. I'm trying to go faster to see something else. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. That's what I remember. But the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. Man, that word is tough, man. But he who loves him who follows righteousness. Harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord, and so how much more the hearts of sons of men. A scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. Man, I talked about this many a times. Back when I was young, I had a good friend of mine, and many people in my life that I understand now care for me. When I was a youngster in my teenage, hormones everywhere, think I was somebody or insecure. I didn't want to listen to these people. Tell them, how dare you tell me what to do, man? But isn't it funny what happens as you get older, man? Don't you wish you could just, like I said before, go in a time machine with the knowledge you have now if you're old and just go back? You do things so much smarter, right? Well, you would hope so, at least. Or you would take advantage of it. Anyways, number 12, a scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. Verse 13, a merry heart makes cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. 14, the heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness. Back to my first beginning conversation, which is speak. It's hard for me too because I like joking, right? I like talking with some homies and just joking because my Christian homies, like some of the Christians, little squares. I'll be honest, y'all a little bit squares, man. Let's be honest with y'all, okay? Y'all talk like you try to, you can't push. You did what you did. God forgiven you. We're on a new place. I'm not hating on the Christians, okay? It's just, I don't know, man. Some things is just funny to me. It's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying it's kind of funny. It's like even in conversations, like they feel like God has changed them completely. But even their vocab and stuff, which is good. No more cursing, dude. I'm trying to work on not to cuss right now. I'm like, we don't have to completely become squares, man. And if you don't know what that is, then I'm not going to explain it. But definitely, at the same time, it is right. I'll say one thing. The church that I'm going to, everybody wears suits for the most part. I don't. I go like this. Now, they have a reason, though. And I told them, I was waiting when I woke. Because I gone to non-denominational churches. And I went to churches where, everybody's dressing free, right? Freedom of Jesus. Now, I was just waiting for them to come up, one of them, when I first came to church. Now, see, arrogant mindset, right? Because I know the Bible a little bit. I was waiting for them to say, hey, you need to wear a suit. And I'll be like, hey, don't tell me what to do, man. Like, God says, come as you are. And then think about it. And I have all these things like John the Baptist. Wasn't he out with locusts? We're eating locusts and dressed up in camels. Like, he looked like he's homeless outside. Like, that's a guy from the Bible, that made the way for Jesus. But like, see, I have all these stuff. Now, none of them did. And I told the pastor, I said, hey, do I have to wear a suit to come here? He's like, no, come comfortable. But the thing is, the ones that do, I asked him. And what it is one of them is someone I really respect at my church. We'll call him Brother Luigi. Brother Luigi used to be a big-time gangbanger when he was a youngster. Now, I'm not talking about big time like making racks. I don't know. But I'm just talking about he was heavy in it. Like popping off shots, like been to prison. Like just that kind of person. Completely different man. And the thing is, he told me, like, Chocopie, if I dressed up like I used to as a gangbanger, right? Then when I preach to someone, would it show that I've changed? Now, that's for him, though. Now, I've seen plenty of, don't get me wrong, I've seen plenty of people, and I even watch a lot of YouTube pastors that dressed up like, to reach the people. Because sometimes, it goes both ways, right? You dress up in suits, like, and some people that are like in the hoods, like, man, who are you? Don't talk to me, you square. You know what I'm saying? There's that. But also, I can understand my brother Luigi's side of things. It actually shows, because for me, I know him, and I heard his stories. I'm like, dang, that man used to do that? And look at him now, showing respect for God, reverence. Now, this man doesn't have a lot of money, but he has a suit, and he wears it for the Lord. And who am I to judge that? Like I said, there's balances to these things. Some people can dress like this so to fit in and to preach the gospel and stuff. And some people do other things to reach God's people, for those that are hungry and in need of a savior, man. But anyway, sorry, I got a little preachy in there, but still, there's wisdom in how you speak. So even for your non-Christians, be careful of how you talk. That's why all these things are positive affirmation. I believe it's true, because the word says so. You don't want to put yourself down. Put yourself up. All right. So, anyways, that's your word from me today. Y'all have a blessed Sunday, and adios, baby.